Hey everybody, Fight Right 24/7 with another lesson. Again, if you haven't checked out our other videos, you should. We've gone over some basic strikes in another episode. We did some basic scenarios and how to react to those scenarios. And I recommend personalized training, even if it's not from me. Just watch the videos, watch the philosophy, listen to the difference between what I'm teaching and believe in versus what traditional martial arts believes in and teaches, and see which one matches up. And again, I highly recommend you watch some real world fights because that's what's really going to happen. Now, if you're the Taekwondo champion of the world, you have a gold medal in Taekwondo, you're going to be just fine. You don't really have to watch these videos. You are probably better than the average fighter. Well, you are. I mean, you're a gold medal champ. However, I do think there are some things, some flaws that traditional martial arts take or they assume things that are not necessarily true all the time, that you will be able to kick that high on loose dirt or gravel, that you're going to be wearing clothes that allow you to perform that maneuver. If you're a female and you're wearing a dress, and I mean, you know, you're going to be restricted by your clothing. If you're a male and you're just not used to kicking in regular clothes, in jeans and a t-shirt with regular boots or shoes on, it's going to change your technique. And now, if you're the gold medal champ, you should be fine. But if you're just a regular student of a regular martial arts, if it's not the way you practice, it's going to be difficult to execute in the middle of a fight when your adrenaline is really high. You have the stress of somebody trying to harm you, attack you. So I recommend taking lessons from me, Fight Right 24/7, or from somebody that teaches the way I teach and believes in the philosophy I believe in, which is the surviving a real world attack. So today we're talking about weapon retention, whether that's a knife or a gun. And again, we're sticking to the basics that the average untrained person would be able to do and know and have a high success rate. So there's other theories out there, other options, but I think they have a lot of moving parts and they require a tremendous amount of training that most people don't have the time to dedicate to. And I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. There's not a whole lot of moves involved in this. And the more you practice this, the more it'll become a reaction. Okay. So first things first, if I have a gun and it's close quarters, this is as close as it gets. This person's on you. I don't want to have my gun way out here. I don't want to have my knife way out here. Now, some people do. Again, if you're a knife expert, you are an expert in knife fighting. You tell me how to hold my knife. I'll listen. You're the expert. But the average person that's like, oh, stay away, stay away. Well, what you've done is you've invited a struggle. The aggressor will grab. The blade itself will grab your hands. A 300-pound dude grabbing your wrists and crushing them, you're going to let this go. You're going to drop your weapon. So I don't want to provide him an opportunity, or I don't want to get into a struggle. So if I deploy a weapon, I want to deploy that weapon back by my hip, right back here. And this hand's up to protect me from blows, from strikes. By the way, this hand can protect both sides. Whichever hand he strikes with, I can block. If the other one comes, I can block. Right? I only have a very short distance to move here to here, and I can even rock my body to increase that so that I can defend myself. It's whatever strike's coming, boom, here comes another strike, boom, here comes another strike, boom, here comes another strike, boom, right? So this hand up front creates distance. If he's coming at me, let's imagine he's crowding my space here. This hand can act like a spring or a shock that as he moves forward, it's helping me bounce away from him and keep that distance, because I don't want him right here. Well, actually, if I had a knife, I would want him right here, but that the actual, let's say I don't have my knife, and I got caught off guard, and he's pressing the attack, he's all over me. I want this hand, because I can shoulder it. Let's say he comes over the top and my hand's on him. I'm going to take that blow, but it's going to be a glancing blow. It's not going to be on my chin, boom, I'm unconscious. I get this shoulder up, I take a glancing blow, I have a better chance of being awake at the end of this exchange. And now I can counter strike or whatever, but nothing is going to get me hurt. Now I have a weapon, I have my weapon back because I don't want a struggle. I have my hand up, and I'm going to punch. I'm going to punch. And by the way, we're not Steven Seagal. So we're not going to be, go ahead and do a punch. I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to go after every major artery. I'm not like cutting inside the groin, cutting underneath the arms, cut on either side of the neck. If you're a U.S. Navy SEAL, again, I will learn from you because I want to. In fact, this is an invitation. Any U.S. Navy SEALs out there that want to come train with us, show us some stuff, please do. Also goes for any UFC fighters that are champions. DJ, I'm looking at you. All right, so I've got my weapon back. I've got my hand up. Whether the attack came or not, the aggressor's closing the distance, and now it's my turn to attack because I want to dissuade him. So I'm going to punch with this knife. I'm going to punch. And then I'm going to give him a chance to get away from me. I'm going to push and get back. Or if we're right here, we're up close, and I punch, and maybe he hits me, right? Here comes a hit. Boom! It hit me right in the chin. And I'm going to go, oh, dang. What I need is for a moment to him to realize he was stabbed. Most people, and they've interviewed, I don't know, tens of thousands of stabbing victims. And a majority of the time, the victim says, I didn't even know I was stabbed. I thought he punched me. So believe your adrenaline is an amazing gift from God. Your adrenaline protects your body, protects your mind, so that when I stabbed him, his adrenaline on that attack, or maybe it's drug-induced or whatever, for whatever reason, do not assume he's going to fall down dead. Now, if he was unaware, if I was the attacker and he's unaware and I ran up and I stabbed him, he'll go, oh, and he'll fall on the ground and he might die from shock, blood loss, internal damage quickly. He'll be incapacitated. But if he's high on adrenaline, high on drugs, whatever the case may be, I might stab him twice and he is still attacking. So that attack is coming and I've already stabbed him twice. I'm just trying to survive. Maybe I give him another one and I push him back, and then I might even tell him, you're bleeding. And if you've ever done this to yourself, where you cut yourself real bad, or you hurt, I remember when I broke my arm, or when I broke my leg, each time I remember going, oh, whew, am I okay? I didn't feel anything. I was like, wow, am I okay? And my arm was like this, like facing the wrong way. And I'm like, oh, man. And I looked and I went, right? And all of a sudden, my body, my mind registered, holy crap, my arm is broken. And then all of a sudden it hurt. But in this moment, I remember talking to my cousin. I'm like, oh, man, because we had fallen off this very large structure. And we got up. And I'm like, whoa, man, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. And then I saw my arm and was like, what? All of a sudden it registered. Or the same thing when I broke my leg in a motorcycle accident. I remember crawling, like the bike was on fire. I just tumbled and I thought I was going to crash into a mountainside anyways. And by the way, don't ride motorcycles, or at least know that it's dangerous. My leg is broken and I crawled, and there was a moment where I said, oh, I wonder if I'm okay. And I moved this hand, and I moved this hand, and then I moved my left leg, and then I tried to move my right leg, and it didn't respond. I remember thinking it felt numb, like it was asleep. I'm like, that's really weird. And then I looked down, and my leg was jacked up. My foot broken in 14 places, my fibula and tibia broken. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. Or I don't know what the bones down there are called, but the two big bones down there broken, right? But I did not realize that for a full, I think 2 minutes. And that's a conservative estimate. So I've stabbed my attacker, boom, boom. He's still pressing the attack. I give him one more good one. I shove him off and I tell him, you're bleeding. I point to it. You're bleeding. You need to get to a hospital. You're going to die. I want to say whatever, and I'll scream it. I'll yell it. I'll sound shrieky. I'll be like, you're bleeding. Whatever I got to do to draw his attention. And as soon as he sees it, there's a lot less fight. The average person now, if he's bent on murderous rage and intent, or he's super PCP high, well then I'm still in a fight for my life. But I can now run away, dance away, get an object between us, get help, and he's slowly bleeding out. Maybe I stabbed his heart. Maybe I punctured his intestine. Maybe I got his main artery or his kidney. So now I'm buying time, and he's getting weaker. Every second that passes by, he's getting weaker, and I can survive, right? But you better be real careful. Again, you got to know the laws in your state and in your city, and you've got to be okay with surviving a fight and still going to jail. You got to be okay with that. You might be morally right. You might have in your mind believe you had no other choice, but remember that it will be judged Monday quarterback. You know, they're gonna go, you could have done this, you should have done that. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And you got to be okay with, if you're using a weapon, defending your life and going to jail. Okay, so take that into consideration. Gun, same thing. I don't want to be out here this close. Now, if he's 21 yards away, yeah, great. If he's 15 yards away, cool. 10 yards, yeah. 5, I'm gonna be back in here. I might even be here because it's really hard to miss. And wherever my finger's pointing right before I go to the trigger, that's probably where my bullet's gonna go, in that general area. And by the way, you should, in a safe, legal manner, practice this. Putting your hand against your chest and make sure your hand's not in the way. So if it's a gun and I'm drawing, turning, and I'm right here, so I'm not going like this. My barrel's still down. Now I'm on target. Right when I come out of my holster, I'm already on target, because if he closes that distance and he's an aggressor, I can boom, 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 boom. I'm getting some center mass shots here, right? So as soon as I come out of my holster, I'm already turning my gun, boom, 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 if I had to. Now, if I don't have to, obviously I don't want to, I'm gonna bring it to here. Now I've got full control, and then now if he's further away, I'm gonna punch through, punch into my stance and fire, right? Maybe trigger my light, trigger my laser, whatever I need to do. But initially, out of the holster right here, right here. I've seen guys even do it from the hip. I'm using, because I want to make sure I clear. I've tried this, and every once in a while I get hung up on my holster. So I want to come here, up, right underneath my chest, my lovely built chest, and I want to be perpendicular, my body perpendicular, gun, hand against her head. If I have my hand out here, I might shoot my own fingers off. Right, so I'm going to be here or here. If he's step a little bit further back, right there, and I'm way over here, this is where I would be like this. I might even go like this. Maybe. Depends on the situation. I don't know if he's rushing forward. I'm shooting from right here, hand against my chest. If he's real up close, we're in a struggle right here, I'm going to try to get this hand up so that I can do this again. So let's say this other hand starts to attack me. I go like this, right? Now, I am afraid of him grabbing this gun. Let's say he grabs it. I've got to use my whole body, and luckily I have the pistol grip and he's holding the barrel. I'm going to bring my whole body. I might have to pass my hand right underneath the barrel, and then I'm going to step back to here. Because from here, I could fall to the ground and start shooting. I can jump backwards, start shooting, right? Once I pull back, I had the pistol grip. This does not have a pistol grip, but imagine. I have the pistol grip. He grabbed the gun. He's got the barrel. I'm going to use my whole body to pull back. I'm up high. I'm going to put my leg back. It's almost like the opposite of a baseball. You know, a baseball player's throw when they step into it. I'm stepping out of it. He grabbed the gun. We're in this struggle. I bring this leg up. I bring my body, boom, and I'm right here. Boom, boom, boom. I'm on target. If that close, I'm on target. Or at least bullets are flying his way. Now he's got to make a decision if he's going to stick around. But I might take that decision out of his hands, and he's done. He's dead. Now again, you got to study your gun laws. You got to know your state, local laws. And you still might have the moral sort of high ground. You might even believe it was a life and death situation, but you better be ready for that Monday quarterbacking. That's our bell. We got to go. Fight Right 24/7. Check out our YouTube channel. Check us out on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye.